Granny, you here? How nice.
Your grandmother will be with us every night until the baby's born.
I hate to get news second-hand.
Have you written back to your editor yet?
What's this?
Edith has had an invitation to write a newspaper column.
And when may she expect an offer to appear on the London stage? If there's one thing that I'm quite indifferent to, it's Sir Philip Tapsell's feelings.
And there's far too much albumin, that is, protein, in her urine.
Dr. Clarkson, please. Have you forgotten my mother is present?
Peace. A woman of my age can face reality far better than most men. Oh, don't look at me. Cora is right. The decision lies with the chauffeur.
Would you like anything, Mamma?
Well, no. Just good news of the baby and a car to take me home. I don't suppose I shall get either before long. Oh, Carson.
Good afternoon, my lady.
We've seen some troubles, you and I. Nothing worse than this.
Nothing could be worse than this, my lady.
Why did you say that?
Because there is some truth in it.
Yeah, my dear, when tragedies strike, we try to find someone to blame. And in the absence of a suitable candidate, we usually blame ourselves. You are not to blame. No one is to blame. Our darling Sybil has died during childbirth. I'll come with you. Save him getting the car out twice.
You're both very welcome to stay for some dinner.
I don't think so. Grief makes one so terribly tired. Well, if Branson takes her away to live with him in Liverpool or wherever he comes to rest, then presumably it will be his influence that governs her upbringing.
I hadn't thought about that.
And I suggest you do. And soon. Robert, people like us are never unhappily married.
You think I should go away?
Or Cora could go to New York to see that woman. I do not speak much of the heart, since it's seldom helpful to do so. But I know well enough the pain when it is broken. The Dowager Duchess of Norfolk is a dear friend. And she's more Catholic than the Pope. Lie is so unmusical a word. I want you to review the evidence, honestly and without bias.
Even to his suffering, I could never justify telling an outright lie.
Have we nothing in common?
I wouldn't countermand your father.
Then why bring it up?
I think Cousin Robert is referring to Ethel's work as a prostitute.
Well, of course, these days servants are very hard to find. I suppose she has an appropriate costume for every activity. It seems a pity to miss such a good pudding. I know so. You've surrounded this house with a miasma of scandal and touched all of us by association.
I think one must fight for one's beliefs.
And is poor Ethel to be the cudgel by which you fight your foes?
I'm studying, my lady. These days a working woman must have a skill.
But you seem to have so many.
How can you say that when you keep telling me to find something to do?
I meant run a local charity. Or paint watercolours or something. I do think a woman's place is eventually in the home. But I see no harm in her having some fun before she gets there.
I'm meeting him for tea.
Now, children. If Branson is watering down his revolutionary fervour, let us give thanks.
Tom.
I remember an evening rather like this. We were travelling back from Scotland to London when the train was suddenly engulfed by a blizzard, and we spent the night in a tradesman's hotel in Middlesbrough.
Possible extension.
Listen, everyone. You have a journalist in the family.
Since we have a country solicitor and a car mechanic, it's only a matter of time.
Nonsense. She couldn't give tuppence about Ethel. Or anyone like her.
You've been reading those communist newspapers again. I knew you wouldn't agree. I know how you hate facing facts. What is the Scarlet Letter?
A novel by Nathaniel Hawthorne.
Well, it sounds most unsuitable.
Tom.
Well, if he's the agent, we can call him Branson again, thank heaven. You cannot want your only granddaughter to grow up in a garage with that drunken gorilla.
And you will both admit it when you realise you were wrong.
Oh, well, that is an easy caveat to accept because I'm never wrong. My husband was a great traveller, so I've spent many happy evenings without understanding a word. The thing is to keep smiling and never look as if you disapprove. Cousin Isabel is very literal.
Cousin Violet has never let a matter of convenience stand in the way of a principle.
Has the kettle sent to the pot? No, I'm glad she's staying. But one forgets about parenthood, the on and onness of it.
Were you a very involved mother with Robert and Rosamond?
Does it surprise you?
A bit. I'd imagined them surrounded by nannies and governesses being starched and ironed to spend an hour with you after tea.
Yes, but it was an hour every day.
She can't be serious.
I know, Lady Agatha isn't much of a party person, I admit. You shoot the messenger, my dear. I'm only relaying your mother's orders. You're to stay for the cricket match and head north the next day.
I won't be held a prisoner forever.
No, one day you'll be older and out of our power. But not yet. I only did what was necessary to preserve the honour of the family.
In other words, you tricked me.